So now we proceed with, you are asked to find out VRT or VOT. You are asked to find out VRT or VOT. Alternatively, since this is VRT, this is R, IT will be VRT upon R. Or if you find R and IT, then VRT would be simply R into IT. So how to find IT? It's very simple. It is just like applying the Kirchhoff's laws, and when we apply Kirchhoff's mesh law, voltage source equal to voltage drop. And for finding voltages, knowing the values of impedances, VI relationship is based on impedance. So VLT is equal to XL into IT. VCT is equal to XC into IT. And VRT is equal to R into IT. Right? So simple. हे सिनुसॉइड आहे म्हणून XL म्हणजे J ओमेगा L, XC म्हणजे मायनस J अपॉन ओमेगा C आणि रेजिस्टन्स इम्पेडन्स Rच. And it's straightforward. So VT equal to VLT plus VCT plus VR. Is it right? Absolutely no problem. So what is V? What is LHS? LHS is sin omega t. So we put it later on. We solve for RHS. So RHS equal to, or LHS we can put VT is equal to sin omega that we know. It's very simple. Sin omega t is equal to VLT, right? So what is VLT? IT into XL. What is XL? Here it is omega and sin. So J omega L. अगदी सोपा आहे. म्हणजे एकदा का J हे आयडिया आली की अगदी it becomes a high school scholarship level problem. VCT IT into 1 upon J omega L. Okay, either way you follow your own convention. So 1 upon J omega C, either 1 upon J omega C or minus J upon omega C, and plus IT into R. So IT gets common. IT into bracket J omega L plus 1 upon J omega C plus R. Sin, or this is VT equal to. So what is IT? This term goes on the other side. एकदा म्हणजे समजा ह्याच्यापूर्वी तुमच्या काही लक्षात नसेल तर देखील परीक्षेला उत्तर काढायला सोपं आहे. XL J omega L, XC 1 upon J omega C. So IT is equal to VT upon R plus J omega L plus J upon plus 1 upon J omega C, and VT is cos sin omega t, right? So now what is this? Or either way you can VT you can write, or you can write sin omega t. So what is the what is the impedance of the RLC circuit as such? What is the impedance of RLC circuit as such? So this is voltage, this is current. So voltage upon impedance is the current. So this X is R plus J omega L plus 1 upon J omega C. Here I can do minus J upon omega C, right? So this I can write as R into bracket plus J into bracket omega L minus 1 upon omega C. Is it right? Is it okay? Right. So whenever we have only R, listen very carefully now. Whenever we have only R, the impedance is real. Right? For a circuit which consists of only R. If we have a circuit which consists of only L, the impedance is positive imaginary. When we have a circuit which consists of only C, circuit is negative imaginary. When we have a circuit which consists of only R and L, when we have a circuit consists of only R and L, the impedance is complex with positive imaginary component. When we have circuit consisting of R and C, complex consisting of negative imaginary component. When we have circuit of only L and C, only imaginary, suppose if R is not there, only imaginary depends on L and C. For given L and C, depends on omega. So in the circuit, components R, L and C are fixed in a given circuit, and you can apply a sinusoid of various frequencies. So in that case, if we have got only imaginary, if we have only LC, then it is J omega L minus 1 upon omega C. So depending upon frequency, how and if we are having both R, L and C, then it is complex and the imaginary part will depend upon omega. How? Means if omega L is greater than 1 upon omega C, what does it mean? It would be positive imaginary. So for those omega L greater than omega C means what? Omega L greater than omega C. So I multiply this omega on this side and this L on this side. So omega square greater than 1 upon LC or omega greater than, so under root 1 upon under root LC is a very peculiar frequency for a LC circuit, and that is called as resonance frequency. So it is called as omega R, omega small r. Omega small r is equal to 1 upon root LC. So if omega is greater than omega r, the bracket term would be positive and circuit would be resistive and inductive. RL means RLC circuit will behave as a RL circuit for the frequencies greater than resonant frequency. If reverse, when reverse will take place, that is 1 upon omega C greater than omega L, or just this sign reverse, right? So when omega is less than 1 upon root LC or omega R, when omega is less than 1 upon root LC, what will happen? When omega is less than 1 upon root LC, less than, in that case 1 upon omega C would be more than omega L. So it would be minus J. So it will be capacitive. For frequencies less than resonating frequencies, RLC circuit acts as a capacitive RC circuit with a complex number real and minus imaginary component. For frequencies above, RL circuit with impedance or the impedance complex with positive imaginary component. And when this omega L is equal to 1 upon omega C, in that case, this component goes out of picture and it acts as purely resistive circuit. It acts as purely resistive circuit. Is it right? So in that case, the inductor and capacitive effect cancel each other. These impedances cancel each other and the impedance is a real number. Impedance of an RLC circuit is real at resonating frequency, right? Okay. So then, what will be actual IT? How will you find it out? IT is 1 upon R plus Z into bracket omega L minus 1 upon omega C into sin omega t. Right? Is IT. Is it okay? 1 upon this. So, how will you find your actual value? Actual काय येईल करंट आणि व्होल्टेज काय येईल? व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस काय विचारलं? करंट विचारलं आणि व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस रेशियो विचारलं आणि आयटी काढायचा आणि व्हीआरटी काय येईल? हा आयटी काढल्यानंतर आर इंटू आयटी आणि आयटी नेमका आयटी काय येईल? व्हीटी साइन ओमेगा टी आहे. आयटी काय येईल आणि व्हीआरटी काय येईल? असं आहे. आता इथं पुढे काय करणार? अदर दॅन हिम आता व्हॅल्यूज द्या लागतील त्याला. व्हॅल्यूज देऊया आपण. कुठल्या कुठल्या व्हॅल्यूज? R1 आहे, C1 आहे, L1 आहे. असं सिम्पलिस्टिक धरूया आपण आता. R equal to C equal to L equal to 1 unit each. So what happens? IT is equal to 1 upon 1 plus J into bracket omega minus 1 upon into sin omega. Sin omega. Right? आता ऍक्च्युअल काय असेल हे आणि व्हीआरटी काय येईल? रेजिस्टरच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज आयटीच कारण R1 आहे. हा कसा काढायचा? म्हणजे आता समजा ओमेगा दिला तुम्हाला. ओमेगा दिला किती? 2. फॉर ओमेगा इक्वल टू 2 काय येईल? ओमेगा इक्वल टू ला काय येणार? नेमकं आपलं फायनल आन्सर पाहिजे ना. कारण शेवटी व्होल्टेज रेजिस्टर एखादं व्होल्टेज काय सांगायचंय. सो आयटी इज इक्वल टू साइन ओमेगा टी अपॉन 1 प्लस Z into bracket 1.5 2 minus half sin 2, right? Someone was there in loop. So that is equal to sin 2t upon 1 plus J 1.5. ते 1.5 थोडंसं अवघड वाटलं. काय करूया आपण? Multiply numerator and denominator by 2. Multiply numerator and denominator by 2. It is equal to 2 sin 2t upon 2 plus 3j. Right? म्हणजे what does it mean? पण आता हे IT आणि what is VOT? Same. VOT is 2 in VT काय आहे? sin 2t. VT is sin 2t. VOT is 2 sin 2t upon 2 plus 3j म्हणजे काय? How? ऍक्च्युअली असणार ना ते का नसणार? नाव आणि काही सोबत कसं डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये जे ठेवायचा नाही. लक्षात आलं? एक काही जे सिंपल थंब आहेत त्याचं मग असं होता नाही मला पण जे ओमेगा सी. एक सिंपल रूल डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये जे ठेवायचं नाही त्याला काही करून त्याला तिथून उडवून टाकायचा. रॅशनलायझेशन. So that is equal to 2 into bracket sin 2t 2 into bracket sin 2t into bracket 2 minus 3j and denominator काय येणार? plus 9. 2 minus 2 plus 3j into 2 minus 3j is 4 13. Is minus b square. So 2 that is 2 or 2 square minus, so 13 काय सांगा 2 plus 4 plus 9 that is 13. आता म्हणजे काय ना 2 into 2 into 2 4 upon 13 sin 2t 2 into 3 minus 6 upon 13. आता आपण काय करू 13 वेगळाच घेऊया इकडे 1 upon 13 घेऊया 1 upon 13 4 sin t minus 6j sin t. So let's write it. म्हणजे काय आता हे म्हणजे काय राईट. सो रिप्लेस j sin 2t by cos 2t. सो लक्षात ना म्हणजे हे कॅल्क्युलेशन करता घ्यायचं आहे. कॅल्क्युलेशन करता जे घ्यायचा आणि सगळ्या फायनल व्होल्टेज हे इमॅजिनरी असत नाही. इट इज ऑलवेज रियल. ऍक्च्युअल व्होल्टेज हे रिअलच असतं. तर त्यामध्ये जे साइनला कॉस रिप्लेस करायचा. सो 4 upon 13 into ब्रॅकेट या 4 ठीक आहे 4 sin 2t minus 6 cos 2t. म्हणजे काय ना sin 2t हे 4 sin 2t. तुम्ही मॅटलॅब आहे का मॅटलॅब कुठे काय शिकायला आहे का आता सिलेबसला आहे काय पण 30 वर्षापूर्वी नाही आहे सिलेबस नाही म्हणून माहित नाही. 4 sin 2t ची वेव्हफॉर्म प्लॉट करायची 6 cos 2t ची वेव्हफॉर्म प्लॉट करायची 4 sin 2t minus 6 cos 2t. आन्सर काय येणार कशी वेव्हफॉर्म असेल ती कशी वेव्हफॉर्म असेल आता 1 upon 13 किंवा 1 upon 13 पण आपण आत घेऊया पाहिजे 4 by 13 sin 2t minus 6 by 13 cos 2t will be equal to a sin of 2t plus 5. Right? This would be a sin of 2t plus 5. Where what is the a and what is 5? You can calculate. You can go home, refresh your trigonometric knowledge and find it out. Is it clear? The idea is summation of two sinusoids of same frequency. You get some telepathic signals of the calculating time. Summation of two sinusoids of same frequency of different amplitudes and different phases is always a sinusoid of some amplitude and some phase of the same frequency. Right? एकाच फ्रिक्वेन्सीच्या कितीही वेव्ह घेतल्या त्यांना स्केलिंग केलं शिफ्टिंग केलं आणि ऍड केलं रिझल्ट जो येणार तो काय येणार त्याच फ्रिक्वेन्सीची सिनुसॉइड त्याची एम्प्लिट्यूड एक असेल फेज एक असेल. इज इट राईट? सो आय थिंक फॉर टुडे इट इज not enough but we are concluding.